Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays. And this will be my episode 9 of Space Empires by GMT Games, where I'm playing a yellow empire against two alien empires, the Altairan and the insidious Terrans. So, let's say this is episode 9, so this is going into the 9th economic cycle. So if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be much appreciated. And any comments will be responded to. But let's go down to the map and see what's going on. So as a quick reminder, if you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, I'm playing, as I say, the Yellow Empire, and I've got two alien empires, the Altairans, which are the reds, and the Terrans, which are the blue. And yeah, they're encroaching. Well, we're playing on hard level, so that means every economic cycle they get 10 construction points per economic roll that they make. So I've been pretty much on the defensive so far, but I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to think I need to actually take on one of these empires directly. I haven't decided which one yet, but I do need more economic resources, which means I need some more planets. So far, only one planet has become, which is in my home system, which needs terraforming, but I'm not going to spend valuable resource on more terraforming or on terraforming until there's some more planets out here in deep space that justifies that actual cost. So we're about to start, as I said, this 9th economic cycle. It's the first turn of that, and I'm player 1, so it's over to me. We know that this alien fleet here, the Frontier fleet, has only 10 points, so it's quite tiny. So I'm probably going to go and engage that in my turn to see what it actually is, to preempt it going anywhere near any of my colonies, because in the last turn, Aslak was torched for, well, it was downgraded once. It's now back up to full strength, but I don't like my colonies being touched. It's not good for the diplomacy, is it? It's not good for the government. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit, see what we're going to do. So over here we have got 2 cruisers and a destroyer. That should be more than enough to take out this fleet. And also notice there's a space wreck there. We want to secure that. So in the sequence of play, the first thing is movement. So let's move those in to deal with that Frontier fleet. We also have another cruiser here, the new one. So that will come out to there. Now that says cruiser 5. It should, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think we'll send this cruiser. Now we've got MS pipelines, so that's 1, 2 to there. So he can move 2 spaces with using the pipelines. Okay. We've got a couple of cruisers out there as well, and we'll send this new one out here to go and join them. Okay, so we've got a miner. We'll go and get him to go and pick that up. Now we do want to start exploring this deep space, as I say, to find some more actual barren planets that we can terraform. Where's my other miner? So he's going to pick that up. Where is the other one? Because we need to go and pick up that shipwreck. I've lost, oh, he's over there. Okay, we'll send him out to go and pick up some of these big juicy minerals that are sitting out there. Okay, so I've got 2 cruisers here. And I keep saying here, I can't use the vassal dotty thing because this is an old version of vassal. The new version doesn't support space empires for some reason. So the cruiser here will use its exploration technology to flip that. Another danger. So let's just delete that. And then we can move them. And I think I don't want to encroach too much on Altair at the moment, in case they launch a large fleet. So we'll send him down there, or those 2 down there, with the scout ships following. That's right. Oh, so yeah, I'm using this green industrial marker as my pointer, as it were. So you can see what when I go about here and there. So I'm going to probably send Cruiser 3 up to start exploring some of this deep space to find some more colonies. So as my miners moved, we need to buy a new MS pipeline for Azlek because it got blown up. Sulk, sulk. But yeah, so we will have that's a combat against the frontier fleet. Let's move everything to the battle board. There is a center player's hand, center battle board. There we go. Send those and send the frontier fleet to there. Okay, and let's go to the battle board. Where's the battle board? There it is, and bring it up. Right, it is in open space, so we know our cruisers can actually. I'm going to go down the bottom here. Can attack here. Ignore all this legendary, elite, veterans. That's when you're playing one of the advanced rules. You get different skill levels. Everything at the present moment is just a standard. Okay, so now I need to find the composition of the alien or Terran frontier fleet, and they've got 10 points, and they've got 10 points of tech. They're not going to get any tech with 10 points, so they stay as what they actually are. Now, the reason why I say they're not going to get anything with tech, or they've already spent the 2 lots of 10-point tech, which is ship size 2 and mines. There's nothing else really that they can purchase for 10 points. Okay, next up we have to see the composition now. 10 point. They've only got ship size 2. They're going to spend it the most economically. That means they're going to get themselves a single destroyer. So let's get the counters and give them a single destroyer. There it is. Doom, 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 doom. And we know that has tech-wise defense 1 and attack 1 if they get a shot. And there are tactics, we have tactics. So even if we were only destroyer versus destroyer, I would actually fire first. I'm not going to bother to tech this up because hopefully my 2 cruisers will take that out before we even get there. So that will means that they get 1 point from their 10 going into their new whenever they build a fleet, because they get that point back. That takes them to 25 whenever they launch a new fleet. Righty-o. So my 2 cruisers, they are on attack 5 because that rate is that they come standard at 1, but I have got attack technology that's taken them to 5. I have got the larger fleet, so it takes me to 6, and they've got no defense. So I need a 6. So the first one rolls a 9. So that didn't work, did it? And my camera got slightly in the way there. The second one needs a 6. Don't get your chickens, all right? And then the destroyer, he is basic 4, attack 5. I should have been both those missed anyway, but the alien does have defense technology on 1, so it's actually a 4 again. Oh, so 3 shots, all missed. That's how the standard for my luck. And then now this is the destroyer. I reckon he would attack my destroyer because that's his most likely and easiest to hit, because if he hits it, he can knock it out. So he's attacking at 4. He has got attack technology of 5. I don't have defense technology. I haven't invested in that. So he's at 5. That's a 50-50. And there we go. You see, I roll 3 times and don't hit. He rolls once and hits. Boom. That is gone. Return to fleet board. No, we want him to reset. He said, this is sometimes why I get confused. There's so many options that I can't send to players. And there we go. There we go. One slight problem of Vassal. There's so many options. Whereas if it was physical, I'd just pick it up and go boop, into the board. Anyway, round 2. I'm still 2-1 on him. So I better rework this out. So attack technology takes me to 5. Fleet 6. He has got defense 5. First one at 5. Boom. Okay, so yeah, I won, but I lost the destroyer. So that was an even exchange when I could have, hopefully, should have taken him out beforehand. So we send that to player's hand, send them back to the board, return to map. And that was that. So their fleet is gone, and remove that now. Return to battle board. Yes. Okay. That there is no more exploration because I'm not venturing into deep space without using my cruisers. So I'll just clean that up. That's player one done. Player two is the Altaians. I don't think they don't have a fleet on the board. So that was their movement phase. And now player three no longer have a fleet on the board. So that takes care of them. And then we're back to, and there's no player four, there's no player five. So economic cycle 9, second turn, player one. Okay, so that's back to me. Okay, so I'm going to start exploration. It's my movement phase, sorry. It's movement, combat, exploration, but I'm going to use my cruisers. I've got two. I'm going to flip 2 of these over because I've got each one can explore 1. So let's flip that one. That's we're not playing with warp points in this game, but they are in the base set, so that just becomes empty space. Delete, there we go. And then this one. There's nothing out here, is there? Okay. I think we'll carry on with the cruisers and the scout ship. They can move 1 there. Where we've got move technology 2. So in the third movement phase, we'll be able to move 2 spaces. And that only applies to my combat ship. This little old miner can only move 1 space unless he's using the MS pipelines. Okay. So this cruiser 3 here will go 1 and then can use the pipeline to there. Okay. As I say, I'm going to use him to start exploring here. And this little dude will bring this back to be processed. 2 cruisers here, they will explore further. Let's flip that. Nothing. I mean, if I had moved a ship in there, boom, it'd be gone. But that's why I have exploration technology. And then the other cruiser, because there's 2 there, finally find out it's a long way, but we have found a barren planet. And that could be useful as a forward base once I terraform it. So we're going to, I'm not going to rename it. Let's replace the tile. Boom. All right, this alien ship shouldn't be there. We're not playing with those. Those are separate aliens. How do we delete that? There we go. I think there are 3. Why is it not deleting? Okay. So we found Abydos. Okay. That was the first hex we explored that one as well, didn't we? Yes, that's the 2. Where do I want to move? We want to carry on this exploration, but don't want to go too close to Terra. So we'll move into the asteroids here. Ready to do exploration next time. Okay. This cruiser here will move into the nebula to explore this deep space. Anything else? Oh, we've got another cruiser here. Yeah, going to join. Shipyards are fine. MS pipeline, the miners moved. I'm just making sure I've moved everything. The cruisers moved. Yeah, that's everything moved. All right, okay. There's no combat and there's no further exploration. So that ends. Player me. Ends me. Player 2, you say they have no fleet on the board. Player 3, they have no fleet on the board. Player 4, none. Player 5, none. Right, economic cycle 9, turn 3, player 1 back to me again. Right, so it's my movement, and I'll get my 2 cruisers. It is 2 cruisers here, isn't it? Yeah, my 2 cruisers here. Let's explore this one. Boom. See, when they move through that, they move through that safely. But now it's gone. And we'll explore this one. I know there's a lot more danger out there than there is actual planets and stuff, but it's been very high on the danger front. Right, so I can now move 2 spaces with these. I can't enter the nebula unless I'm adjacent. But as they go, because I've got move technology too, so they are going to actually move. No, do I want to move back? We might as well keep exploring out here. Might as well. So actually, we won't even use our 2 technology. The miner starts to return with that. He won't get back in this economic cycle. That's a nice juicy 10 points for the following cycle. Right, so this cruiser here will explore 1 and find the nebula. And yeah, you might as well move into the nebula, ready to start exploring the rest of them out there. Anything else want to come back? No, this miner here brings back those resources, and I can claim that. So that will go into my next economics. Right, okay. So Cruiser 5, we'll explore this one here. Oh, useful. Okay, will he move anywhere? Actually, I'm quite happy with him in the nebula. This one will join him. Well, he can move 2, can't he? So he might as well move there and there to the shipwreck. Okay, these 2 cruisers will just flip H11 asteroids, and this one here flip supernova. Okay, you can't enter a hex with a supernova. Boom. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay, where do we want to move to? Let's, yeah, I don't want to get too close. Let's get these all together. Okay. Yeah, with that in mind, I will actually move that into there. So we've now got 4 cruisers. I'm going to put them all under the cruiser 2 marker. Group stats. So 3, there's 4 of them there. They've all got, making sure I haven't missed anything on it. No, that's all fine. And then I can put these back into my hand. All right, so we've got 4 cruisers looking after that shipwreck until we get a miner there to actually do something with it. Okay, have I finished? They've all moved to there, yeah. Oops. Okay, he's moved out there. Miners have all moved, so that's all my movement done. Okay, let's clear the movement. We will then go to, they've got nothing on ships, player 4, player 5, so we're now into the economic cycle 9. Let me bring up the production board. Okay. So again, if you haven't watched any of the previous videos, I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but this is just showing what technologies I've got. So I'm at ship size 2, that allows me to build cruisers. I might go to ship size 4 this time, depending on how many points, so I can start building battle cruisers. But I'm also tempted by the defense. I'm also tempted by fighters. And now there's another planet there. I'm also tempted by terraforming, but I can't do it all. So I'll have to have a little think about that. So that's the text I've got that are circles. So I've got exploration, ship size 2, attack 1, tactics 1, and move 2 now, which is allowing me that extra movement. I think movement is also going to become critical, so that's more money as well. Okay, I'm going to press this refresh column and it should then do all, and I'm going to pause because it takes a few seconds to do it. Okay, so if we look at the stats there, so 2 carry over from last time, 56 from my colonies, 5 from minerals, because I only got 1 of them back this time. 7 from the pipelines are starting to pay for themselves. 70 total. But there's my big one, 16 maintenance to keep my fleet going. That takes me down to 54. Now, I wouldn't say my fleet is particularly big, and I need it not to be on two fronts. So, 54 to spend. What do we want to spend? Do I go battle cruiser? What's the difference between a cruiser and a battle cruiser? Let's bring a battle cruiser up. Have a look at it. I was going to bring up a blue one. Why do I want to bring up blue one? I want to bring the yellow one up. Okay, so there we go. So he currently starts at 5-1. So with what I've got, that will become 6-1. Okay, still only can take 2 hits, be moving at the same speed. So he's got an extra attack. It also gets me starting on the way towards battleships. What does a battleship look like? Let's bring one of them up. Okay, not that much better, really. He's got a bit better defense, but he can take 3 hits, so he's longer lasting in the field. So that's if I go ship size. Cruisers, I haven't encountered anything bigger than me at the present moment, so I'm more tempted at the present moment to go speed as I'm fighting a two-front war. Now, speed 3, currently on speed 2. So what that means, I wonder if I can bring up the actual speed chart or page. Okay, let me bring that up. Oh, wrong button to press. There we go. Right. So this is on the back of the rule book. You get a player's chart. So now I'm at speed technology 2 at the present moment. So that these different colors. So in the first turn of that 3 turns, I can move 1 hex. In the second turn, I can move 1 hex. In the third turn, I can move 2 hexes. However, if I go 3, I can go 1 hex in the first movement, then 2 in the second, and then 2 in the third. So it speeds me up. It's only 1 hex of additional movement, but that could be crucial, especially if I keep ramping it up. If I can start getting from one front to the other very, very quickly with the pipelines helping, that could be particularly useful. And I think that's the way I'm going to go. So let's bring that down out the way. And bring back my production board. So I'm not building these at the present moment. I'm going to stick with cruisers until I start seeing something else out there. So let's oh, because I brought them in, I've got to put them back into a center player's hand.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Center player's hand. Right, so I'm going to build move technology, which will cost me 25 of my 54. That leaves me 29 production. Okay. I do want to get that pipeline back, so I'm going to buy one of them. The one that got blown up. So that leaves me 26 production. Do I need any more ships at the present moment? I think the answer is yes. I lost a destroyer this time, didn't I? With 26 production, I could buy 2 more cruisers or 4 scout ships. Scout ships will be useful because they will help towards having the larger fleet. You can only take 1 hit. They're cheap, but they do count towards having the larger fleet. So I think that might be where I go. I'm going to go 4 scout ships. Or do I want to, oh, should I increase my shipyards? See, this is the decisions you're going to make. I've only got 2 shipyards in each. All right. Change of plan C. Was it plan D? I'm going to buy 2 scout ships. And I'm going to increase the shipyards at each one of the non-home planet ones. So it takes 27. Why 29? Okay, I think we'll stick with that. So increase 1 technology to now move 3, and we bought 2 scout ships and increase my shipyards. So I am now going to refresh the column. Okay, so that's now reflected. So I've spent 25 on technology and 27 on ships, leaving me 2 carry over. Okay, I will now commit that. That will then change that red circle to black. There he goes. And I then get to build what I wanted to build. So I'm increasing the Vega shipyards from 2 to 3. Group stats. Take that to 3 ships at 3. Oh, not 6. There we go. And he hasn't got any move, so there's no point in it. So that goes to 3. And we did the Valhalla shipyards to 3 as well. Group stats. Like a little dot. No, not accurate enough, the little dots. There we go. That goes to 3 as well. Right, so that means I can build 3 ships or 3 ship hull points. That's it, hull points there each round. I can only build 2 this round. So the MS pipeline, the one I bought, I'm going to build in Valhalla because we want to get Aslak back into the fold. So we build a non-combat ship pipeline. So he's only building that. And then we built 2 scout ships. So I'm going to build those on that side, but they can also be built in Valhalla. So let me go to, now I'm going to go to my hand. Have we got any scout ships in my hand? We do. There we go. I'll bring him in there and I will go group stats on him. That's going to be 2. So we know. Go on. There we go. There we go. He's got moved now. We've got move technology 3 now. Don't have any defense tech yet. We've got tactics 1. We haven't got any point defense. We haven't seen any fighters yet. So tactic 1. We haven't got defense tech yet. Defense. That's for wusses. Okay. There's 2 of them, and they go. So that's no, can't do that, can I? Can I? Tell you what, we won't build the MS pipeline there because we can only build 2 points this time. We'll build it at Vaseri, the actual core planet. So let me make sure I've built everything. 2 scout ships, 2 shipyards, and 1 MS pipeline. There we go. So I can now delete all that. That's done. Bring up my production again. It's all spent. So growing colonies. These 2 3s should now, if I click that, go to 5s. There we go. So we're starting to make some headway there. That is pretty much all my planets at max capacity. Hence why probably next time terraforming might be an option. Unless something else happens with the aliens and I've got to react to that. But that, I think, terraforming, then I can get Colonise and then start thinking about Abydos, colonize that, get some MS pipelines out there, build a shipyard there, and that gets me a foundation base to start looking at taking out the Terra. And I think Terra might be, because of Abydos, the way I'm going to go for which one to take out. So go defensive against the Altaians and aggressive against the Terrans. Maybe not an economic cycle 10, but moving on to maybe 11 and 12. Okay, so that's my production. Everything's gone on there. I've committed everything. So yeah, we're good to go. I just need to upgrade all my ships now with move 3. Okay, so that's all my ships upgraded, all my points spent, all my colonies done. So that's my empire finished for economic phase 9. So we now go to the red, the Altaians. Okay, so at the present moment on the economic sheet, so let me just bring up an alien economic blank sheet. Unfortunately, I can't bring, let me just bring this up here. This is a scenario book. We scroll, no, we scroll all the way down. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. We're looking at 9. They get 3 rolls, but the Altarians have a bonus +1. because that's one of their rolls earlier gave them a +1. So they get 4 economic rolls each time now. Okay, until, well, actually, in economic phase 10, they get 4 +1. That'll be 5. So that's 50 production points. I'm only getting 56. So at the end of all, because they're not playing maintenance or anything like that. So that's a big difference, you know. So with 5 rolls, well, they're on 4 at the moment, so that's 40. The other guys are getting 30. So that's I'm facing 70 production points to my, after paying maintenance, about 56. So it's close at present, hence why I need to get in before they start getting in, as you could see, up to 5 economic rolls. I don't know what happens after turn 20. Never played a game that far. This one might go to it because I'm playing at hard level. I have no idea how many economic cycles we will see. Anyway, so we've got, after all that jibber jabber, we've got 4 rolls for the Altairan. So first one, okay, that's a 4. Pen. So that's a 4. Second one, a 5. Third one, a 3. So you've got 4, 5, 3. And then the last one is 2. Well, there we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, looking at the chart here on the 9s, right, 1 to 5. So that is going to be 40 points straight into the fleet. Nothing on tech. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1 to 5. 40 points into the fleet. Now, they've already got 12. So that takes them to 62. They've still got 25 points in tech and 80 points in their defense fleet, if we ever get there. Right, next big roll then. So we're on 9. On a 1 to 5, they will launch a fleet. That is a 7. Double check. I thought it might have been a 2. Yeah, it is a 7. Yeah, so they don't launch a fleet. Wow, 62 points. That's a lot of ships. We're 25 points of tech as well. Okay, that concludes. They don't do anything else. So we now go to the Terrans. Okay, and they're getting 3 economic rolls. So first roll, a 9. Second one, a 5 and a 10. 9, 5, 10. Okay, so I'm keeping notes of these. 9, 5, 10. So the 5 is fleet. So that takes their 25 to now 35. The 9 is tech. That takes a 10 tech to 20 tech. And then that 10 gives them their first defense. So they've now got 20 in defense. It's one of the reasons they're obviously seeing the encroachment of my fleet. Yeah, sorry, that 10, when anything that's spent on the defense gets doubled. That's one of the reasons why I have been sort of encroaching on them, because you got 80 points on the Altarians, and now they were on 0. Now 20 points of defense for the Terrans. Okay, and then 1 to 5, they launch a fleet. They don't launch either. Okay, that concludes their economic cycles. Right, let's just minimize that. Let's move that on. Play 3, play 4, play 5. That takes us to economic phase 10. First turn, player 1, which is me, but that's where we end the video. On to the next one. So let's bring this up to the top and have a chat. One little skirmish, but those alien fleets are now starting to build. Let me just bring up the actual alien sheets here so we can see. Okay, right, that's where they're getting that +1. That's why the Altairans are getting 4 rolls. They've now got 62 points sitting in the fleet to build whenever they do decide to launch a fleet. 25 tech points and 80 defense. That's a big, right? That's a lot when I actually finally do go to the Altarians. Remember, the rich conditions for me, I've got to destroy both these fleets, both these alien nations. I've got to destroy their homeworld. Okay. Whereas the Altarians, sorry, then that's the Altarians. The Terrans, okay, they don't have that extra economic role. They've only got 35 in the fleet, 20 in tech, and 20 defense, but they have more tech that they've already built in the past. The Altarians are a little bit on the backward side, but they're big. Whereas the Terran tech, not quite on par with me, but they're small. Can't go over everything, I suppose. So that's them done. Yeah, no, I say nothing really dramatic happening there, other than I'm now exploring. I've still only found one blinking planet out in the deep space, which is a little bit disconcerting. But I think next cycle, and this is the plan at the present moment, we just don't know what's going to happen. Well, I know there's going to be no encroachment from them, so I might find another planet. Yeah, that's why the game is every time you play this, it's going to be totally different because the layout of your own planets. I think I had a bit of a rough start with the layout of my planets. It's now taken 9 economic cycles to get to full production. So yeah, it does take time on the layout, but every time that layout is going to be different. We've changed the game, and obviously deep space. There could have been more barren planets out there, which I could then terraform. So that would have changed the game completely again. So every time you play it, it's different, and also the rules I can add. So the next time I do this, I don't know when that will be. I will probably bring some rules in from Close Encounters, maybe some boarding actions and such forth. But I mean, I've barely touched the advanced rules yet. MS pipelines, yes, but I haven't brought in like fighters, cloaking ships, scanning. I know the aliens have got mines, but I haven't got to their home planets yet. So there's a lot still rules-wise, even in the core game, that I haven't utilized. They're all going to be there, but they haven't been utilized yet. But anyway, if you like the video and subscribe to my channel, thank you very much. Be much appreciated. But until next time, play games, have fun, buy internet. Oh, I didn't mention comments. Yeah, I'll answer the comments too. Yay, sorry, bye.